Hello folks, it's Duncan with Free as an Eagle at the A-frame build. I just wanted to do a little check-in video. I'm pretty psyched. Got most of this week free to work on the build, and it's a beautiful, beautiful week after our cold snap. So the mornings are cold, but once the day gets going, it's just beautiful. So anyway, I've had a few days to kind of work alone this week, and I wanted to jump on this dormer. So today I actually got on this dormer and went up and did some work on the soffits. I wanted to put some stained wood up there while I had staging up. So the last time you saw a video of this, there was staging sticking out of this, so you couldn't really see it too well. So what I did yesterday is stain up some boards. I'll try to zoom this in. Sun swung around where it's kind of light behind me. So up in there, there is some wood that I installed. We got a bunch of V-groove pine, 3/4 inch wood, 6 and 8 inches wide. So I took a bunch of pieces and stained some of them up with a really nice stain called candlewood that nicely matches the Doug fir. So any of the Douglas fir that we polyurethane will kind of light up and have a similar color. So anyway, I'm pretty excited. I got the staging off today and I framed in for these windows. I made a little mistake. I framed them kind of low to the, or rather a little too high initially, and then I looked and I'm like, oh damn, that wall height is lower than a normal wall height because of the gable roof over it. So I brought the sills down a little bit and brought a little more light in. The lower plywood is covering those windows, so one of these days I'm going to cut those openings out. But anyway, that's an outside look at this dormer. Very pleased with it, and now the roof on this whole side is completely done. So let me zoom back out here so you can see the roof looks really nice. It's nice to see brand new shingles and this side all done. So what I'm going to do, just want to check this out. Okay, yeah, the roof looks really good. It's settling down. We've had a little warm weather, so once the sun hits the roof and heats it up, it melts together. It becomes far more durable than it normally would be, because those tabs on the bottom of every shingle basically glue the whole roof together, and it becomes a giant sheet, and we've got a million nails in it, so that's cool. So we're going to take a walk inside and then up the ladder, and then we'll have a look at the dormer from the upstairs. I've been enjoying the little bitty loft I put up there. It makes a nice little break room. You can see I got things everywhere. And one other thing we did, Al and I put the floor joists up for the little loft that's going to be up outside the bedroom. We began to put some of this wood down, then I realized I really want to stain it, so these are some boards. These are extra boards for this outer soffit. So the outer part, actually I'm going to do the front first. This is going to take a lot of wood to do this one, but we did actually start framing the south wall and kind of created room for a 6-foot slider. There's going to be a window on either side, and then probably Wednesday we're going to jump back on this. Al will come back up here, and I think the main plan is to jump into this other dormer. I have some marks here. I don't know if I can see them. Yeah. So there's some X's on the wood there, and they indicate where we're going to start that dormer about 48 inches off the floor. This will be in the kitchen, and then that dormer will actually extend up into the second floor and have a little peak roof up there and let some light in. I'm going to just climb the ladder, and I'll bring you along with me. We're going to take a look at the dormer from up here. It's really pretty now that it's been cleaned out. We don't have staging there. I'll just make you dizzy by spinning this camera around. So we're looking out the south end, and we've got a start on this flooring, and I'm not going to put any more down until I've stained the other side, just so it'll be a ceiling of matching colors. And you can probably see I got my little mini loft set up here. Take a walk up this ladder just to give you a quick view, but it's really kind of fun. I just had enough room to put a little bitty loft up here that one could put a twin mattress up here, although I think it's just going to be a little place to sit and kind of stare out at the stars. And it's a nice little lookout. I was kind of enjoying that earlier, making phone calls and catching up with people and staring out. Now here's what's really pretty. It's quite satisfying to see this dormer actually without staging blocking the view. All that wood that was out there, very carefully took it apart, and the big stuff I threw off and it sailed to the ground, and the rest of it I brought in here because it's actually was made out of 2x8s, and 2x8s are what we're going to be pretty much framing this whole thing with. So I left them all up here. I did put a few of them in. I just framed these window openings. So that's happening, and then you can see from in here the soffits are kind of pretty. Just some stained pine, but much harder to get to and do once the staging is down. So I kind of had a feeling it'd be a good idea to do all I could while it was up. So now, yeah, these walls are basically framed in here. And the only thing I've got to frame, we're going to have a big, beautiful triangle window really high in that. And might even, I don't know if I'll put smaller windows below or just put a huge window in there, but makes kind of a nice seating area. I was thinking of this for a bed at first, and I'm like, beds right in windows, not always so good, but a sitting area would be beautiful. And then over here, where the saw benches are, there's a pretty big area there. That might actually be the bedroom part. Bathroom is over in this corner near the front, directly above the downstairs bath for plumbing reasons and vent reasons. So bit by bit, we are actually getting this thing to come together. But it's very satisfying to see it happening, especially with the winter approaching and the cold weather sneaking up. I'm very glad to have a few extra days here to get this done. So anyway, that's a catch up, and I will be in touch again when we have a little more to show you. Hope you're enjoying this, and have a good night.